Hello, I am Cassandra and this is Cooking with Cass Rico. I came out to my garden to grab some basil and parsley for dinner tonight, and I just thought that the lighting was so perfect and it's so beautiful out, so why not take advantage and do my recipe review out here. I hope it's not too bright and you can see me well. So this recipe review is going to be sweet and short. I know I say that all the time and it ends up not being short at all, but for this one I don't need to introduce the person that I got the recipe from too much because I have already featured her before. So I have already done a recipe review on Rainbow Plant Life's banana bread, and I will link that at the end of this video if you'd like to take a look at that and get more of a little introduction of her. But if you're vegan or plant-based, I'm sure you've already seen one of her many amazing recipes. I just had to do another recipe review on her recipes because I am not joking. I cook something from her blog or Instagram at least once a week, and I really try not to repeat too many of the same people because there's so many great food creators out there that I do want to share, but it is just really hard for me to not include her in my recipe reviews because I make so much of her food. So for this week I actually am reviewing 2 of her recipes that I did make this week, and they were just so phenomenal. I just have to let you guys know that you need to try this. You need to get on it and thank me later. So for the first recipe, I tried her Eggy Tofu Scramble, and it's basically just that. It's tofu scramble that tastes very eggy. I make tofu scramble all the time, so I really wasn't sure if it was going to be that different. And let me tell you, I have already made it a few times and we absolutely love it. It is so great. It really does have such an eggy feel. And I just uploaded my own egg or eggless egg recipe this week, and I explained how eggs were the hardest thing for me to give up. And I really can't stress it enough that, you know, I do miss eggs, but there are great alternatives out there such as tofu, and you can really season it up and make it feel like you are eating a plate of scrambled eggs without needing the eggs. So I know I'm already giving away the review as it is. You don't even have to stay till the end to know that we loved it and it was great, but I still do want to share a little bit of what I did differently and what we did think about it. So with the eggy tofu, we have tofu scramble all the time. I've never had an issue with the flavor. I never thought it was bland. And so I just thought, you know, let's try it, but I love it either way. So the only difference I did with my tofu scramble was I didn't have chipotle flakes, but I had chipotle pepper, so I did use that, and then I just cut a little bit of the black pepper out. And I didn't have onion powder, I had onion salt, so I took a little bit of the salt she recommended out, and I used soy milk for my plant-based milk, and I think that's pretty much it. I have to keep pausing because the dogs just decided they want to come out and bark, but my little guy wants to make an appearance. You want to say hi? Is that what you want? You want to be on camera? Okay. So, okay, now he doesn't. Anyway, I think the most important ingredients for this is definitely the tahini and the plant-based milk. And all the seasonings, of course, it's always going to be preference on what you want to taste, but I loved it. The first time I made it, my boyfriend said It was good, but if it takes extra time, it's not really that big of a difference. And then I made it a few times after that, and he would yell from his office how great it was. So I'm guessing this is our new way of eating our tofu scramble. And something great that I did learn, which I never did when I made it myself, was to really let the tofu fry and brown on the sides, and then you get more of a texture that is closer to egg versus a mushy texture or a steamed texture. And then I also learned that if you want to add veggies into it, there's a way to do it so that you aren't steaming the tofu and you do get more of a golden brown fried egg texture. And then she also tells you how to cook it if you want it more on the runny side, but we absolutely loved it. 10 for 10. I highly recommend it. And if you really are trying to go plant-based and you're not sure if you're going to be able to cut out eggs, I had the same fillings as you do. And even to this day, eggs is something that I do miss. They're just so easy, and I loved having them for breakfast. I have them very, very rarely on occasion still, but I'd rather eat breakfast at home where I could make my tofu scramble, and it feels so much better to eliminate the eggs and to know that you're feeding your body well. So now I'm going to move on to the next recipe that I tried of hers, which was a peach and tomato salad. Let me tell you, okay, right away I felt like I died and went to heaven. This is definitely my new favorite salad. I posted a picture of it the first day I made it, and someone said it's basically a sandwich, but I don't mind. It was so great. So the first time I made it, I had absolutely everything except for a nice loaf of bread. And in her blog, she says that the quality of the ingredients is the most important thing. I was like, bread, I love bread in any shape or form, so I used sliced bread, and it actually turned out fine, and we loved it. And we were actually surprised that the peaches weren't overpowering. They weren't too sweet. They really mixed very well with the vinaigrette and the tomatoes. And I added my own homegrown peas in it just because I needed to use them. It was so good. But the second and third time I made it, I did have the right bread, and so good. So good. I highly recommend it. We could probably eat it every single day. And I made it the first time. The second time, the third time, I was a little bummed I had to share it because I literally could have eaten the whole bowl by myself. And it was a great thing that I had to share because it probably wasn't going to make me feel that great afterwards, but it was just so good, so easy. And do it when peaches and tomatoes and basil are in season. You're going to get the best results. And if you're late to the game and it's not summertime where you are, still try it. It's still great. My new favorite. I really didn't substitute anything for that. Like I said, I used sliced bread. I'm embarrassed to say I did, but it came out great. I did drizzle a little bit of rosemary oil on the bread when I put it in the oven, so it gave it a little bit more flavor, which was really good. And let's see, I used my own basil from my garden, and I used peas the first time, which are so good. Added a little sweetness to it. And I did decide to grill the peaches. Totally optional, you do not have to do it. I got this new grill pan and I try to use it as much as I can just because I'm in love with it. So I did have the salad with grilled peaches and without, and it really doesn't change it too much. So I really just wanted to see some grill lines on the peaches, and it came out good. So definitely try these two recipes. Check her page out. Subscribe. You will not regret it. I wish I could just review every recipe of hers every week just because I want to make everything of hers. But next time I will have someone new for you guys. My rating is obviously 10 out of 10. We would eat it again. So if you're looking for some yummy summertime meals or salads to treat yourself, give that one a go. And if you really do want to try to give up eggs, or if you already are plant-based and you want to spice up your tofu scramble a little bit, give that one a go as well. I will link the full recipes in my description below. I will also link her videos down below, and I will link the banana bread recipe review at the end of this video if you want some more info on how I found her and all the great things about it. So that's my recipe review for you today. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you give it a try, or if you give them a try, let me know what you think. And please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed hearing my review on her recipes. Please be sure to subscribe for more recipe reviews in the future and for more meatless meals. Have a great one, take care, and I'll see you again soon.
Oh,